Thank you. I'd like to call this meeting to order of the Town of McCandless Activities Advisory Committee. And our first item will be, is there any council items? Is any, do you have?
It's not on.
Okay, we'll come back to that unless
Yeah,
you
she
have
comes back
something.
on, but I don't believe we really have anything other than what else is on the agenda that'll be mentioned later.
Okay, and you had something for fitness court, Deb.
Yeah, well, first of all, we talked about the trees that we had discussed being earmarked for the fitness court, but apparently they're going to go to Wall Park for the renovation. So I discussed, with Councilperson Casey, we had a very, nice discussion this week. And he is working with Public Works to perhaps get arborvitaes or some other type of tree, so that there will be some noise barrier there. And some privacy, more or less, for people that are using the fitness court. So that's something new. And also I wanted to propose having a spring fling at the fitness court, kind of an open house. So again, to just bring attention and awareness to it, but I'm working on developing a hook for that too. And I've talked to a couple of personal trainers and fitness people in the area. So that's why I wondered when later we'll talk about treasures in the trunk, we might be able to coordinate that. And I need to get a hold of if not, I'd like to get a hold of the soccer schedule. I don't know who to go to for that. So that I know open dates, or if it would be good to have it when the soccer people are there. I don't know, that might be a good thing.
Val at Public Works should be able to help you with the soccer dates.
Okay,
And then the other option would be to have this open house for the fitness court the same day as the pickleball court, which is,
I think that's a little early if it's going to be April 1st.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd like to wait
okay,
until the weather's a little warmer and
certainly.
I'm a little more available. I
Okay,
have something going on that weekend.
Okay, well, we'll let you look at dates and coordinate what you'd like to do. And then you just have to fill out that form and submit it. And then town council
Yeah.
will vote. Anytime you have, if you're planning on doing a new sort of activity and maybe in coordination with something, then town council would have to okay
Sure.
your plan.
That's not a big deal.
And then
it's
we can
good too
do that.
because it ends up in the agenda packet and it is part of the public notice and council votes on it.
Sure.
Yeah.
No problem.
So when you figure out what you want to do, we can just do that and
Well,
town
I have
council.
The idea, but we need dates. Do I need the dates for that?
Yes.
Mhm. Okay, dear love them.
Dear love them.
Even the green giant arborvitae, people claim the green giant arborvitae are deer resistant, they say. We have all watched them eat my green giant arborvitae.
I know, they're.
It-
Well, that's why I wanted the smaller trees, the ones that we had here, but if they're not all earmarked, I mean, there's 6 of them, I think we could do with 3.
Wall Park's pretty big. I bet all 6 would be,
Oh, sure.
going.
it is.
Trying to put it through the stormwater process.
yeah.
Right.
So,
So we'll look at that.
They'll
but
work on
he
that.
did, Mr. Casey did mention that he was looking at a kind that were deer resistant, but yes, having lived here for 22 years.
I-
yeah.
I watched them eat them in my yard and like I said, the normal arborvitae are not even deer resistant. They say the green giant are, but I bought all green giant ones and I have watched the deer. Literally, we didn't even think they survived because there was what looked like no green left, but
Well, if anybody
they
has
love
any
them all.
Suggestions that, I'm open to suggestions. That was just from Mr. Casey.
Yeah, their arborvitae make a great screen, but in North
Right,
Park area,
Exactly.
there's a lot of deer. So I don't know.
Well, I've heard they won't eat holly trees. They will eat holly bushes, but not holly trees. So that might be an option as well.
Won't be as great of a sound barrier if that's what you were thinking of, but would
I
definitely be a shield.
The Penn Street extension probably
Right.
has a ton of ideas on noise barrier / deer resistant, and I think they're pretty realistic in terms of deer resistant actually being deer resistant, so that might be a good source.
Thank you.
So all things to work on,
Yes. thank you.
next, we have, Winterfest is scheduled for next year, and thank you for taking that over, Nicole.
Sure.
And then, the pickleball court,
We have one announcement for Winterfest. The people that had the trees out front as part of the Christmas tree lane. Their decorations have been removed and placed in boxes here at Town Hall. They can come pick them up through January 31st.
and after that, they'll be donated.
Yes.
Yeah, and I will reach
Okay.
out individually to each group
Thank
as
you.
well.
That's perfect. Okay, so we'll look forward to December 2nd this next year. The pickleball court, we have finalized the date. It looks like on 3/25 with a rain date of April 1st. So that's going to be a great opening. And I was reading pickleball is actually the most growing sport there is. There are more people now doing pickleball. The startup of it is the most growing sport. That's when I want to say, I was reading that on the internet, that is the up and coming thing. So it's really exciting that we have these pickleball courts, and we'll look forward to the grand opening and scheduling that. And that's going to be great. Do you have a scheduled start date for yoga in the park?
Now I'm meeting with Carolyn actually this weekend.
Okay,
What's the teacher for that? So we'll
Can we-
get back to that.
Can we back up on the pickleball? Can we assign a committee chair for that? Is there someone that's going to help us? Because in the past meeting, y'all had talked about doing maybe a lesson or getting some individuals that are aware to help teach.
and we asked for someone last
Yes.
one.
I know Dawn isn't here, but she was very interested.
Yes, she told me she would be in charge of it.
Okay.
She, her mother's very, very ill is why she's not on the phone right now, but, she will be in the future. And so she will be in charge of it.
Okay,
I hate to say this in absentia, but
right.
she did tell me she
Maybe.
would. No, she said she would do
Yeah,
it,
I-
but again,
Okay.
if,
We'll put it
that's
on
sort of
for-
why I
Mhm.
passed over it. Okay, then treasures in the trunk, Christine, do we have any type of a scheduled date for that?
So we don't have a date scheduled yet for Treasures in the Trunk. I don't know what we were looking at. We talked about April, May. So we were just trying to get the soccer field information first.
Well, I can look into that for you, Christine. I know you're,
Okay.
I'll do that this week and I'll email you. But I had May 20th and I don't know, what the soccer, if that goes with the soccer people or not, so we'll see.
Right,
I
'cause-
think there's soccer people every weekend, to be honest, soccer's,
Well,
Big.
I'll check with Public Works
But
and get, an
could
exact
coordinate.
handle on that.
right, because we need to have the township parking lot available.
absolutely.
And if there's any soccer or any of the baseball games, then we wouldn't have that available.
Well, do you want to have it up above by the Heritage Center or down below?
Yeah, I think that's what we talked about this time. And
Right.
that, do we want it by the Heritage Center or do we want it at the Town Hall parking lot? I think the
Well-
Heritage Center, in my opinion, is bigger.
Right, and it's treasures in the trunk. I was thinking about that, so it sort of goes along with the Heritage Center theme. as
Yeah.
well.
I like the idea of having it up there, and then, if people aren't doing treasures in the trunk, you sort of have your own entrance that way too, then they could park at the
Yeah,
other parking
And
lot.
I think we
If
said.
there's
the
a baseball
visibility
game or
would be
soccer.
Better, you could see where it was. We'll have some
Right,
signs.
people see it from the road. That's right, Deb. People see
Yeah.
it from the road, maybe get a little bit of interest and stop. So I think that's all I was waiting on. And with the holiday, it was just too hard to get information from everybody. But,
Right,
and then my mom's actually in the hospital rehab. Well, she's in rehab now, but, and she's not near as critical as Dawn's, but I'm down in West Virginia for the week for a couple days with her. But And yeah, it's just been since December 15th, so, but I will definitely talk with somebody about that, and it says we went after the trunk. Oh, I just
Yeah,
saw. a
they
quick
want it
little
in the
chat.
Heritage Center lot.
We,
At
They
the
want it in
HCC,
the
so yeah, we
Heritage
want to have
lot.
it at the HCC lot, so that would
Yes,
be great.
that's the plan.
we
Yeah.
also
That
have,
would be awesome. That would be perfect. So
we-
we'll look at
we-
May 20th at the HCC lot. And I'll talk to Val Temple. She could tell me about the schedule for the soccer fields. I'll send an email out to her tonight.
Oh, okay, well, I'm going to call her as well.
Okay.
I was gonna take that off your plate if you wanted me to.
Oh, Okay. I know Val personally, so
Oh, okay, go ahead. Well, you let.
I'll just send her, I'll tell you what, I'll send Val a text this evening to check out for tomorrow, and then she'll let me know.
Yeah, if you get an email, could you CC me on that then? So there's.
I'll do that. Yep, I'll text her tonight to check out, and then for the May 20th.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
yeah, you have my email. That'll prevent
I
duplication.
do.
Thank
Okay,
you.
great.
And how do you feel about having perhaps the fitness court event? Not that it's going to be that big, but I think having,
That's
it would
perfect.
be, I think it would be okay to have something like, it's smaller and it would attract people's attention a little bit.
Absolutely. Have it all at once. Kill two birds with one stone. They say have it both because that'll attract more people.
Yeah, and
The
I
more-
may even make this a series, I'm a sucker for series here, I guess. But, we could kick it off here and then maybe have a nutrition piece and other things going on.
So the more
Nice
people, the
idea.
better. So I like that. We'll have it in that parking lot and if you wanted to CC Abby Lukosik, who is with the Heritage Center, that would be helpful. So then all three of you can be on the same page with the soccer schedule and can coordinate all of this. That'd be perfect. Thank you, Christine.
You're welcome.
Okay, under new business, we have an item of something else we might partner together with. We're talking about partnering with the Heritage Center on doing treasures in the trunk in the fitness court. And Nicole, would you like to speak a little
Yes,
bit on
so
that?
I touched base with Dawn and David from the EAC who are interested in maybe collaborating to have the cleanup days be more of like an event. So in particular, they have one scheduled for Earth Day that they thought might be sort of a perfect day to have something. In the past, they've done things before, sort of like a breakfast almost before it kicked off, and they haven't really done things at the end, or maybe including like a contest, sort of a thing where whoever finds like the most unique piece or something like this, or they're coming up on their, I'm pretty sure they said 2,000th bag collected. So something along those lines that might be interesting. So they didn't have anything locked in stone. It's already planned as an event. So this would be sort of like us helping with a piece before or after, and maybe just kind of lending creative ideas to the event itself.
And again, we could involve the Heritage Center with that also. They're great at doing breakfasts. I've been there for several events and they have a nice tent and layout for a breakfast. So, we could start with possibly meeting there and
Yeah,
having a breakfast, trying to make some sort of an event
And
and
it does
maybe
seem
even
like
involve the
breakfast.
fitness court also.
yeah,
We could have like a little yoga class for the people.
yeah. It's April
Because we
22nd,
kind of-
so
Conflicted last year and they moved it because they used to organize the cleanup in here and I thought, why would they do it in here? It's kind of messy. So then they moved to Dublin Park and we came here. So yeah, we could even do. a little
Yoga, get everybody
stretching.
stretching out so they're ready to bend and pick up that trash.
Yeah, and it does seem like a breakfast works nicely because you have to gather before anyways, like
Yeah,
at
they
a
always
set
have
time.
things
So
and
yeah,
things
yeah. So something along
beforehand.
those
So
lines might be
maybe
nice.
you
Yeah, I'm
and
happy to
Deb
coordinate with
and Abby, the three of you could work
Yeah,
on
and like I said,
making an
It's
event
on
out of
Earth Day,
it.
right?
it is Earth Day. I think it
April
is on Earth Day
22nd.
itself.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
So it's on Earth
Yeah.
Day itself, and they have they do this all the time. So the organization done, so we could just sort of have ideas and then, present
I've
those to them.
participated.
Yeah,
They-
yeah,
they
exactly, yeah.
Usually have it 2 weekends, actually.
Well, they
So-
might organize another.
Yeah,
week,
there's
so-
one that I think it's the weekend before as well. So
Okay.
there's the 2 days. So this one, just because it is Earth Day, I
I'm
think was
going to
the
get
idea.
some public comment, which is next on our list.
Sure.
Amy Steele.
You mentioned some kind of a contest. I'm not asking permission from my foundation, but Earth Day that evening is our major fundraiser.
Oh, is it the
Garden
gala?
Gala.
wow.
I am going, if I have to pay for them personally, I'm gonna, if you do some kind of contest for that, we'll put in maybe
Oh,
2
yeah.
tickets to the gala. You can see that same night, so that it'll be quick.
That would be
Turn
so
over.
fantastic.
be
She'll get them all limbered and stretched and then
Wow.
they can put on their nice outfit and head to the gala.
And then we-
Oh, boy.
I love that idea. That's a great idea.
You might even think about doing it like, well, if we do it the week before, because there are 2 pickups. So we might do the tickets the week before, so they would have time to know. Do you understand?
Yeah, like I had a, yeah, I mean, I don't,
You could do
Either
it.
way,
Sure.
either
Yeah.
way, I will tell you, I've
Yeah.
attended the gala and it is lovely.
yeah.
And of
Oh,
course,
yeah.
we all know it benefits something absolutely phenomenal that we're so lucky to have Northland Library in our area here because I think it's one of the best libraries that
absolutely.
exists. So I feel so
Mhm.
fortunate. I know even when my kids were young, we would go just all the time, the summer reading program and everything. And then when I'm trying to look up things, I've used it so many times myself. It's absolutely phenomenal. And the gala is lovely. I have attended that several times and that would be wonderful. So we would very much thank, if it turns out to be you or whomever, for tickets to use. I think that's a fabulous contest prize.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Ties in with-
Yeah, and I'll certainly be
Would
be
be
in touch,
perfect.
contact
nice.
you
I
if you
can
coordinate with them.
Got my-
Yeah, yeah.
And anybody who cares enough to be out caring about the earth and picking up trash is going to care enough about the library. So it'll
Yeah.
all go hand in hand.
Mhm.
Deb, you had a comment.
Yeah, well, new business, back to new business. Along those same lines as Nicole, I talked to Mr. Casey about collaboration between all of the committees, the tech, the EAC, so if there's another one, I think there is maybe. And somehow how we could do that. I know everything feeds back to council. We touch base informally with people on other committees. I don't know, we can all think about how to collaborate. Something like the school district does key communicators, where they have a representative from all different things.
Well, we do have a town council representative as part of this committee. So
Right.
that's why we send everything to town council and they can sort of say some things, but it's
Mhm.
important for all of us to be aware and to try to, coordinate with each other. And I like how we're putting some of these together.
Well, even, but I mean, on a more formal basis, like maybe even quarterly, one person would be appointed from each of the committees. And maybe Trish, you could think on this too. And we could have, an exchange of how to collaborate in a little bit better way. Like you touched base with those people and I touched base with Mr. Casey. And so, we're looking at a lot of different ideas that it just happenstance, but to make that more permanent, for lack of a better word, so maybe everybody put their thinking caps on and not everybody likes one more meeting, but I don't care. So.
So
Yeah, you're talking
I
more
think
about a
too-
collaboration effort like you're having with EAC, where
Yeah,
it's like
even
EAC has a
Zoom
table.
every quarter, a couple of months, every other month or something, say, oh, we're doing this, what are you doing? So,
I do know too,
Sometimes, yeah.
like the meetings were helpful for me when I was planning Winterfest because I was able to kind of scan through EAC and see if any, what their
Yeah.
interest
Everything
was and what they
online
would like
and
to
so
do.
forth, it
So like
makes it
that's
easy.
helpful. And I'm sure like with the website changing,
It's
that,
all posted on YouTube.
yeah, exactly. That might
yeah,
be
and
more
that's-
beneficial.
yeah, I
So.
watched the YouTube
Yeah.
videos too, but then reaching out to the actual person,
Mhm.
to, which you did. So-
Well, yeah, that's how I found them. Yeah, through the minute.
And
So I
Dawn
think that's
reached out to
helpful.
me about the rain garden,
Mhm.
so we collaborated with that a little bit.
collaboration is a good thing. So now the other item we have for new business is, for those who didn't hear earlier, Dawn's mother is truthfully bravely ill. And she was going to step down from the vice chair position. And I know she had talked to Christine, who said she was willing to take that position, but could I have a formal nomination? Would somebody like to nominate? Christine for
Christine.
vice chair.
I'll
Yes.
nominate Christine.
Thank you. Thank you. The motion's been nominated and seconded. Are there any other nominations? Okay, could we have a motion to close nominations?
I motion to close.
Motion to close.
I second it.
All in favor of closing nominations?
I'm in favor of that. Aye.
Okay, and so we now will vote for Christine Shipley to be the vice chair of the Town of McCandless Activities Advisory Committee. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations, Christine.
Thank you.
So very good. Is there any other, thank you and congratulations. Is there any other public comment on anything? And we appreciate you coming to meetings because you always have a broad sense of knowledge of everything.
Winterfest was fun.
Yeah, thank you so
It's-
much for the
Thank you
library's
to get
participation.
volunteers that come up with
Oh, yeah.
and help craft the team, but it was great.
Yeah, I'm happy that worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Nicole.
Yeah, every year it should get, I'm
Sorry,
picturing
yes.
Winterfest
Yeah.
becoming the winter community day. You know, we can, I think
for sure.
that eventually will evolve into having it be just a really, and it was large, but every year it should,
Yeah.
I think it'll build and build.
On that note, the community day, the showmobile application has been prepared. It will be submitted at 9 AM on Monday, which is the deadline, the new deadline.
Oh, good
So
that they
we'll
didn't
see.
make it the first inning.
Yeah, we'll see what happens and I will report back on that in February.
Excellent, excellent,
Good,
good.
that'll save a lot of headache. right?
Yeah, it really will. Okay, so that's great news. And I'm not sure if I mentioned Stargazer Night, we're looking at March 6th
Oh.
Okay.
as our Stargazer Night. Dennis Morton has said that that's a date that he can get some help. And they just have to look to make sure that is it a half moon? Christine knows about stargazing. I don't know as much about it, but they have to make sure that it's not really cloudy and that we have at least a
Ability.
half a moon or something. I remember him saying. So tentatively, it's March 6th. And again, they just try to look at that, the weather, but that's the plan. That's the date that's picked.
The
Uh,
early next month, if you want to, I don't know if you want to coordinate the advertising or if you want John to develop the promotional material, but if you'll give him or send me some of the specifics, we can pass that along. So that we
Yes.
can start advertising it.
I just sent an email to, because so the keys with something like this, it's a little different from some of our other activities, is you have to have a person who actually has telescopes and knows how to search through them for the important things. I know Christine has some of this and Dennis Morton from, he's a North Allegheny teacher. He has coordinated and he actually uses, I believe he said a couple of people from Buell Planetarium, I think,
Oh.
help him. So that's what he was coordinating with and came up with the date. So I have sent him an email asking if that date still looks good.
Mhm.
And if he replies, I'm not sure how close he has to get to it to determine, yes, that's going to work. But once it is absolutely confirmed, then we'll work on the
Okay.
advertising.
Great.
And it'll get some advertisement just through North Allegheny because they have always done it with on the field behind McKnight Elementary, sort of in between McKnight Elementary and North Allegheny Intermediate, and they have a lot of the kids from McKnight Elementary come to it and so forth. So very close to the library, which is nice. So another thing, we can have some
Oh, yeah.
coordination and make it a nice event, but they get several telescopes and have people manning them. So as soon as I get
Okay.
a reply, then that'll be the plan. And we will ask John to help us with the advertising.
That's John as well for the. early
So
event.
is there,
Hey, Libby,
Like,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, does North Allegheny have a astronomy club? I don't know if any of the kids from the high school or middle school would want to help
I don't
participate in this.
I don't believe we have an astronomy club. We have astronomy, we have some of that for a class. But I don't think there's a club, but I'll check on that.
Or that, or a science, and maybe a science club, and that some of
We-
the people especially enjoy astronomy. We had that when I was in high school, so I just wondered if anybody was interested, maybe they would want to jump in on it.
I think ninth grade, Earth and Space, you know, you might.
We definitely have science classes that cover this. And maybe one of the staff members could ask some of the students if they would be interested in coordinating, helping, viewing. It would be a great thing. So yes, we can work on that. We can
And
work-
also Blackburn, the Blackburn School, which is over there at North Park Church. I can ask the science teacher.
Okay, great. Right.
Mhm.
So, and if we don't get volunteers and need more, Key Club always has kids willing to volunteer.
Yeah,
They
National
really
Honor
do.
Society,
Yeah,
Student
Key
Council.
Club is sort of our volunteer group, so
Yeah, they're really good.
we can get them.
One more little thing.
Okay,
Under new business, I just saw that the police are having their academy for Citizens Academy. I know we're not directly involved in that, but it is an activity, and I think it's very worthwhile to mention here to give. it a
They've
little-
extended their deadline for applications till I believe January 13th.
Oh, great.
So it was, the applications were due today or tomorrow, but they're gonna go one more week just
Okay.
to see if they
And
can
it's
get.
on their Facebook site. I've seen it a couple places, so that's,
So the
I've
town
heard that's.
wants
so anybody who would like to
Nice.
apply, that's something they can find probably on the town's website,
Right,
Yes.
the Citizens
Excellent.
Police Academy.
Citizens Police
This is the
Academy.
second one. Some of the items that they do is they have different police officers with different interests. Speak to, the daily process of a police, and they do weapons and other items as well.
It's very worthwhile. I went through a similar things with the county years ago. It's very worthwhile. I'm
Very
glad to
nice.
Hear them talk right now.
Okay, anything else?
Libby, I have one more question. I had a scout troop, the Trail Life Scouting Troop, asked about how we would advertise for the spaghetti dinner. Although it's being held in at a church in Ross Township, I didn't know how to answer them. I said, I just didn't know what to do, and I emailed you guys. Is there anything?
Christine, if they contact the assistant town manager at Ross, his name is Adam, his first name is Adam, but if they go to their website and find his contact information, he would be able to tell them how to get the information out on Ross's website.
In other words,
Perfect,
we
thanks.
would advertise Ross's activity in McCandless, even though it's a troop that
Oh, it's a McCandless troop.
I understood her to ask how to get a hold of Ross, if that wasn't the
Yeah,
intention.
well,
he's wondering how
Yeah,
to advertise the spaghetti dinner is what she
so
was at.
the scout troops are in McCandless, they're in Ross, they're in Franklin Park, they're all, Gibsonia, they're this North Hills area.
Oh,
So
they're
I just
using the
didn't.
Fox- They're using
So-
Fox Community
If they
Center.
do they have a Facebook page that they're advertising the event on?
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't ask him that question. But I'll ask, so what's the name of the person, Trish?
It's their assistant town manager. I think his first name is Adam.
Adam Ravenstall.
Yes, that is it.
Oh,
Yes, Adam Ravenstall is who they would contact, I believe at Ross. But
Adam Ravenstall. Okay, I'll pass that on to them.
if
And-
they're posting
Thank you.
it on, if they're posting it on Facebook, John will share the link if you let us know.
so did you
John
hear that?
Strachey, yeah.
John from McCandless, John Bajarski, who handles our publicity here in McCandless, if they have a Facebook page, you need to send him the link. So since some of the troops are
Thank
from McCandless, and I would, anywhere where a troop is from, I would ask that township to advertise it. You may as well try to advertise it in each township if possible. So,
Perfect. Thank you. I
Any
just
other
need the
business?
information to report back to them. Thank you so much.
Okay.
any other business? Okay, we'll see everybody,
Libby,
next.
Libby, I'm sorry.
Yes.
this is Abby. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
hi, Abby.
Hi. I just wanted to say thank you, for always promoting the Heritage Center. And we would love to host Treasures in the Trunk dependent upon the soccer schedule. And that would be May 20th. Is that correct?
Well, she's going to check on the
She's
soccer
checking it.
schedule, Abby.
And
So-
she's going to include you. We said that
Yes.
Christine's finding the soccer schedule and she's going to let both Deb and you know the schedule, and you guys can all coordinate together and we'll make it a big, nice activity.
Wonderful. And then for Earth Day, for the litter getters and the library thing, what is the actual date of Earth Day?
I believe it is April
April
22nd.
22nd.
April
Yes,
22nd.
on Earth Day,
Perfect.
yes.
Okay.
And
Yep.
we'll probably have another one though, Abby, another pickup the week before.
Yeah,
We
there's
do
one
it
scheduled for the week
twice.
before. Yeah, so I
Okay.
believe the first one is the
So
15th.
7 from 20.
April 22nd is positively Earth Day.
Yeah, it is.
I
Yeah.
just
The
looked at it.
15th would
Yeah.
be the
Yeah.
first one.
We could have the Heritage and Cultural Center be like the meeting point in the morning. I know you guys had talked about like giving breakfast or snacks for both of those. So if whoever's coordinating with the EAC could loop me in on that as well.
Sure,
I
yeah,
would
I'm gonna
appreciate it.
I'll be
Yes.
in touching base with them and I'll certainly be in contact with you as well. Sure.
Okay,
So
thanks.
this
Thanks,
is
Nicole.
Nicole Farnan.
Yeah.
And she's.
We go,
she's
like,
going to
way
be
back
our
to whatever.
coordinator. Oh, good.
Yes, and I
Okay.
already got the ornaments from our tree from Winterfest, so
Okay.
thank you for that.
Excellent.
Abby, John has been coordinating the volunteers for pickup, for the litter pickup for years. So between his involvement with EAC and with the Heritage Center,
Uh-huh.
he's really a resource in this regard.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
Put him in the loop.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, please
And
include John in
Nicole and
the-
Abby can talk and you've got your
Yeah,
person. So very
Keep me
good.
In the loop, Nicole. too,
Sure,
if
yeah,
you
I will.
would,
I'm gonna
please.
reach back out to them and then
Thanks, Abby.
contact
Thanks for all
everybody.
you
Yeah.
do.
Thank
you.
you.
So welcome.
Hey, and I just got a text back from Val. She will check tomorrow and let us know. Let me know.
Oh, perfect.
What?
Thank you,
Wow.
Christine. So it sounds like we've got some good activities coming up. Thank you, everyone. And if there is nothing else, meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye, all.
Bye.
Have a good-
Glad your mom's doing better.